it all.
Give it up for Fabs and Snacky as 3-time FNCS champions of the NA West region. This duo is here and they are not playing around.
Welcome to PSN and Quintos coming in all the way from the Brazilian region with a total of 5 pure FNCS titles. They are now ready to prove to themselves and the world.
Put your hands together for Janice.
Hallo mensen, we zijn bij een nieuwe live.
Fortnite Champion Series Chapter 3, Season 3 Europe. They are the German powerhouses.
Hé, wat de lekt opeens. Is dat ook bij jou? Nee, niet meer door bij mij. Oh. Dat is een beetje slechte wifi van Fortnite. Ik weet wat je moet doen voor nog een challenge, kom mee. Oh. Maar moet daar ergens een muntje pakken normaal.
Let's put your hands together for Basil and Jace, the champions of FNCS Chapter 3 CE. This is their moment to prove.
Oh, maar kom een keer terug naar lobby en gaan opnieuw deze game joinen.
Maar ik heb net geen zin in.
Maar ik wil graag dat livestreamen.
Ik wil gewoon dat wij samen kunnen livestreamen op Waterstraten. En dat ik gewoon een... Ik weet niet wat dat... Ik heb echt zin in een game, maar ik weet niet waar.
Kom anders een PlayStation party.
Hallo? Oh, nu kunnen ze me horen.
Ja. Of wel?
Nu wel weer. Onze mic is nu terug aan.
Maar de mijne kunnen ze normaal niet horen.
Wacht, ik ga nog eens kijken. Praat eens.
Hallo. Hallo. Wat?
Het is omdat we niet meer praten via PlayStation, via Fortnite. Maar ja.
Kan niet.
Maar ik wil iets anders dan dat. Ik
heb party audio delen ook afgedaan.
Ik wil gewoon mensen pranken, semi.
Hoe doe je semi pranken?
Dat we weten en dan terug lieven.
Maar ik heb juist alles niet door FNCS Fortnite.
Huh? Wat is dat?
Ja, wat is die ene live van hun er? Hallo van. Nee! Mijn drinken is omgevallen.
Dat plakt niet meer. Je wat? Je drinken?
Ja.
Oh nee, is alles nu vol water of zo? Of vol drinken?
Vol iced tea.
Oh nee. Heeft zijn drink
is
de iced tea laten vallen en nu gaat hij alles opslepen.
Daar helemaal mee vol stikken.
Van de vloer?
Nee, van op tafel.
Van op tafel.
Oh ja, lekker.
Wacht, iced tea?
Ja.
Wacht. Kijk, fuse tea.
Ja.
Drink je dat graag?
Ik weet niet.
Fuse tea. Ik heb dat nog nooit geproefd. Hey, maar
ik heb dat al een keer gedronken, maar doe already.
Maar ik wil iets anders dan dat.
Maar mijn titel is nu juist FNCS en ik kan dat niet meer veranderen. FNCS, wat is dat?
En wel die ene toernooi van Fortnite. Flexen.
Hey, Henry. Ik heb de mic en jij hebt die blaasding. Hoor jij mijn muziek of hoor je jouw muziek?
De mijne.
Oh, ik hoor de mijne. Hey, maar dan is het like zo'n soort van band. Ik met de mic en jij met de blaas. Ja, die buis waar je op moet blazen.
Kunnen ze mij nog horen op de mic? Op de live?
Dus ik denk niet dat mensen jou heel de tijd weer horen. Dit geluid maken. Ik denk niet dat ze dat leuk vinden.
Heel leuk.
Heel leuk, juist, ja, inderdaad. Wow, dit ziet er wel cool uit. Het is lekker heel en dan gloeit het weer.
Eerst kunnen we niet meer horen.
Elia, Elia, O, Elia,
Heel kunnen ze ook niet meer horen. Dat is chill.
Nee,
lekker. Ze kunnen ons niet meer horen in mijn livestream, dus we kunnen privé praten. Dus.
Bij mij kunnen ze me denk ik nog horen.
Maar je moet alle geluiden settings afdoen.
Hoe dat? Hoe? En waar? Uitzending. Instelling.
Mr. Savage, I heard that it's your birthday today. Everyone, on three, can we give Mr. Savage a big happy birthday? 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, good luck in game number 1, and let's head on to the next 10 players. Please welcome Cloud and Rescard. With the powerhouse performance in Chapter 3, Season 1, this consistent teammate he has picked up these last couple of chapters, they can take it all the way.
Let me give you Mixin and Hotcore, a fairly new performing duo coming out strong together. With a 7th place finish in the most recent EU FNCS, they could take it all the way.
And a big welcome to Pars and Rays. With a great start to Chapter 3, these guys have taken home both 2nd and 6th and 2 FNCSs this chapter. Now it is time to see them here at the Invitational.
Put your hands together for both Lucy and Haijo. A lot of FNCS experience coming out of these guys, and that will be needed this weekend in order to take home the prize.
Vico and Marine, everyone, with a combination of a young and talented player and an even more experienced player side by side, this can only go well for this European duo.
On1 and Baka, everyone. A duo showcasing their skills last season of the NA West region. With a 2nd place finish in FNCS, they're here to take home the glory.
Let's hear it for Wax and Robot, a very talented, promising, up-and-coming young duo. These guys have been performing so solid lately. Can they keep it going?
Rose and Rifty, one of the newer yet well-performing duos in this lobby. With his 6th place finish and his first FNCS, these guys came to take on a challenge. now ready to give it their all here in Raleigh.
And a big welcome to Retake and Novice, the most recent FNCS champions of Chapter 3 Season 3 as well. They are here now ready for the FNCS Invitational.
Give it up for Scram and Chimp, combining the powers of EU and NA East. These guys have great potential in front of them. They could go all the way.
Put your hands together for Zaku and Marine, the most recent FNCS champions of Asia. They have put their mark on their region, and now they are ready to defend the title as champions.
A huge welcome to Ju and Yusri. Great potential in this duo here, and fairly recently teaming up together. Their journey begins now, and what a journey it's gonna be.
This is Z, Andy, and Joe FN, everybody. Several FNCS final performances, and most recently 4th in EU's FNCS. Now, they are ready to take home the big prize.
It's Cool and Yumi with a stunning performance winning the NA West Chapter 3 Season 3 FNCS. We cannot count these guys out, and will they do it here as well?
40 players down, 10 more to go here, but before we can get to that 10, I have a special interview with Swearin, and Swearin, just being here in front of all these people with this big, beautiful stage, what are you feeling?
I feel really great. Like, this is so cool. I mean, Raleigh showed up, Fortnite community showed up, players showed up, like, everyone's excited. I don't know, I'm hyped for this. Like, it's so awesome.
I'm super hyped as well, and I know that you recently ran a tournament where it was just all Goo Guns. Obviously, thankfully, we're not going to be seeing any Goo Guns today, but what do you hope to see?
Okay, real quick, I didn't run that. That was Beach Cobbler. I played in it, did really bad. I'm really excited to see people just like push for high ground and like just do like really exciting plays and stuff. I'm excited to see people like 1v2 and clutch up and then just like all those classic like Fortnite LAN moments. I'm excited for it. It's gonna be so awesome.
I cannot wait as well, and I believe everyone that we have 10 more players to introduce. So let's head on over to Jacob and MDF.
This is King and Ed Lagana, failing you duo, but there are no new names here. From the World Cup all the way to the Invitational stage, these guys are the biggest threat to the lobby.
Please welcome Focus and Spy with progression throughout each and every FNCS with a third place finish in the most recent Middle Eastern FNCS. These guys are ready to compete.
It is Thomas HD and Tripper, folks. 2 words, dangerous and dominating, as these two are extremely experienced and they must be ready to win this weekend here in North Carolina.
A huge welcome to Macwood and Kanata. Reunited has never felt so good. These guys are looking to pick up where they left off and take home the prize.
Let's hear it for Acorn and Edgy. Consistently great performances throughout their careers. They are here to continue that trend. NA East, show them some love.
Hen and Vortex, everyone. An incredible duo coming out hot with tons of experience and a few FNCS champions up to the belt, and they're looking to add one more.
Let's give a big welcome to Commandment and Avery, your Chapter 3 Season 3 NA East FNCS winners with one of the closest end games we have ever seen in a finals. It's time.
A duo that needs no introduction. Tayson and Chapix combined 6 FNCS titles, countless Cash Cup wins, and now they're ready to take on the global competition.
Let's give it up for Moz and Looter, multi-regional FNCS winners, previous champions of OCE's FNCS as well. Listen, these guys have got it all.
And finally, let's hear it for Booba and Miro, our solo World Cup champion with his multiple FNCS winning duo partner. These guys are looking to cement
let's freaking go! Look at this insane roster of duos that will be competing on the FNCS Invitational stage. I'm gonna pass out. Vivian, I'm gonna pass out.
Please do not pass out, Zeke. Listen, 50 of the duos now set on stage, and one of them is standing out to me. And I know it's standing out to another part of the crowd right up there. King and Ed, making a big name for himself at World Cup, of course, being the most aggressive player there. He stole the hearts of all the fans, and I'm hoping that he kind of redoes that performance here at the Invitational.
And his flexibility as a player, I think, is only going to pair so nicely with Ed. Despite the fact this is their first time competing together for this FNCS Invitational, I think that it's awesome that he came in 5th at the solos for World Cup, but he also had a duos placement there as well. So it's a quick indicator that Brazil can definitely represent.
That's right. I just want to throw some stats at you guys at home. If maybe this hasn't quite set in, you don't understand how insane this is. 15 FNCSs, 105 FNCS events across 7 regions, 88 FNCS championship titles on that stage, 47 FNCS champions on that stage, 27 countries all represented on that stage. And guess what? We're ready to kick off the competition. Adam, let's do this.
Yes, indeed. We get a huge round of applause for Thomas HD and Trippin! Thomas, it's 10 top 10 FNCS finals for you. You must be feeling very confident coming into this competition.
Yeah, I'm really excited to play. It's going to be a long time since like the last LAN event, and I can't wait to compete. Hopefully, a good placement.
Well, I'm sure it'll be great. I mean, Trippin as well. This is your third FNCS finals together. Is it third time lucky for you, fellas?
Yeah, hopefully. I'm excited to play, and yeah, I'm playing with Thomas, so can't go bad.
All right, give him a big round of applause, please, folks! Best of luck, fellas. But we also, whilst up here as well, must chat to the reigning NAE champions as well. Give it up for Commandment and Avery! Avery, my man. This is an incredible opportunity and experience. Obviously, playing in front of a live audience as well. How hyped are you guys as a duo right now?
Well, this is my first LAN. It's an honor, honestly, to be here. Like, it's just unbelievable.
You guys are unbelievable! We've also got as well, to talk about obviously last season's win. 1 point separated you guys from first and second place, which is Booger and Miro. How are you going to try and retain that title this weekend? What do you have to do right?
We're just going to try to play our game, be consistent, and hopefully we can take it home.
Do you think they can take it home, folks? Yeah? They seem confident. Thank you very much. Come on, Avery. Back to you, Zeke.
Thank you so much. We are drawing ever closer to starting this competition, kicking off and jumping out of that battle bus. We have to highlight a few more duels for you. I wanted to start pretty easy here, right? Janice and Vidil. I mean, EU fans, you guys already know what these guys are capable of. And here's just a handful of stats. You know, these stats don't look that crazy vivid.
Are you sure, Zeke? Because I don't think we're looking at the same stats if you don't think those look crazy. This is from the Elite Finals EU Week 6. Total point 310, 25 eliminated. That's just over the course of those 6 games, of course. And listen, if they're putting on performance like that from game to game, I can't wait to see what they can do at the Invitational.
And it's so exciting to finally get a chance to see them compete on that international space because we are looking as well at the European FNCS champions from Chapter 3 Season 3. That's Giannis and Vidil. They are a dynamic duo. They don't want to mess around. Even at one of the intro videos that we saw, what was the first thing that Vidil said? You want to contest us? That's fine. 3 points for us.
The confidence. Listen, I love the confidence out of everybody. Also, you know, shout out to Trippin, right? Because like his interview went, yeah, I'm playing with Thomas. We're going to do great. Like it literally can't go bad. That is a lot of trust in your duo right there. Love that.
You love to see it. Talking about Vidil and Janice, they're currently uncontested at Greasy Grove. What does this mean for this duo? Having a POI uncontested that literally 6 other regions and even your own said, no, you can have that. That's fine.
Listen, this is how it goes, okay? You pretty much get to play all 12 games, right? But because you aren't contested plus 1, you aren't finding any of those early fights. So you have to go forcefully find some of these fights, and it can be very, very hard when the pressure's on, the nerves are kicking in, the audience is cheering on the stage. you know, you're thinking about it, man, do I really want to go take that fight? Do I really want to go get that Storm Surge? So they have to be confident in those routes, those strategies that they have set.
It's the audience aspect that I'm really curious to see how it impacts a lot of these duos, not just Giannis and Vadil, because it's one thing to play from the comfort of your home. It's another entirely to be in front of a live audience where when you got the cheers going behind you, you never know where that momentum might actually influence you to go next. I wouldn't be surprised for some of these players to really have to hone in on a lot of that mental discipline to not let themselves get distracted by any of the flashing lights or the noise. Just stick to what they know.
That's right. Let's talk about another duo, Clix and Duke. We actually got to hear from them via Adam. I mean, look, yeah, their crowd's already going absolutely ham. The Clix fans, rise up. What can we expect from this duo?
Listen, I'm excited, right? Because Clix has been improving from season to season, day to day as an IGL, teaming up with Duke, of course, who is very, very good mechanically. You know, I saw him in the practice room, always grinding the creative, always willing to take on pretty much anybody in that room who wanted to give a shot at seeing if they could take him down. And
it's impressive how well Clix has managed to simultaneously totter between this pro player aspect as well as the heavy side of content creation. I think that it is not very easy to maintain both of those lifestyles. And not only that, but when you have somebody as experienced as Duke right next to you, I can understand where the trust comes from this duo. And knowing that they're against Pinkin and Nas, potentially at Fort Jonesy, I do believe we heard them mentioning, though, a possibility of just splitting at the start.
Well, listen, I love the fact that you mentioned content, right? Because, listen, you know, he's used to that, right? He wants the reactions. He posts that content to get reactions. And here, what other better place to get reactions than from a live crowd? So maybe he'll just straight up embrace it, and it'll fuel him.
That's right. I have to highlight this duo, man. Your FNCS Asia champions who are competing on this stage. There they are, Zagu and Meram. Remember, these are FNCS champions. They literally just won the FNCS that passed. And now we will see them compete. When we look at the stats, man, I'm pretty worried for everybody else.
Listen, we were just talking about, you know, Vadil and Janice, who coming into this event are a lot of people's favorites, right? But right there, they had 310 points in one of those Elite Cups. Right there, I saw them have 344. There's a little bit of competition going on there. And as you can see from the camera shot, I love it, the preparation. They literally have printed out sheets of spots on the map, things that can help them out through this competition, anything to give them the edge.
And from the moment that we saw just how much energy they were actually bringing with them on their initial walkout, to the point of them sitting down here now, their faces do not indicate any sort of nervousness. They could very well be a big part of the bamboozlement to take place here with the internet.
And of course, you know, Zygu is landing on the outskirts of that, so I don't even know if they're going to take any of those early fights. But again, as the game develops, if they start to in the later parts of the game, they might want to start taking that early fight.
But there is usually enough space surrounding Rave Cave for duos to not necessarily have to look for those early engagements if they don't want to. And you also have to keep in mind that they're not the only ones that are going to be landing there. There's also going to be Thomas HD and Tripper. That is a notorious favorite spot for them to go, is that south side of the Rave Cave. So curious to see exactly these zones wind up actually taking these players and how their encounters might actually shape up.
That's right. There is a duo here that is quite terrifying. You know, out of Brazil, not a big deal. The fans up here in the audience is King and Ed. If you, the crazy thing is, King is one of the most winningest player. I mean, the crowd's already going crazy. There it is. One of the most winningest, one of the single craziest mechanical players you will ever see. Right? You pair it up with just stopping power, which he is a one-man army.
Here at the end. Most about this is that, you know, again, we're here in person, right? So we can go into the practice room, we can kind of see what's going on. King and Ed, 2v2 matches, almost day and night, in and out. And listen, they were dominating players from every single region.
But the sheer presence that you have as an international player, and I'm speaking about King here, because the fact that he actually has audience members with signs of his name at an NA-based venue, that alone speaks volumes for the kind of impact that he has had on the Fortnite scene.
These guys are uncontested. We already know what this means for everybody else. It means they're going to get a free pass into the mid-game. If they are allowed this opportunity, what the heck is everybody else going to look to do to try and stop them?
Nothing. 12 games of pure aggression from King, and that's what it means. Just straight up, nothing else.
And also, just a really quick note there about Ed. He has been steadily improving with each of his performances throughout the entirety of Chapter 3. So if the momentum kind of keeps going in that direction, again, I don't think that international gameplay is going to disappoint by any means. These guys are amped up. They are ready to showcase their representation for their regions.
That's right. We want to come on over back to NA. We got to talk about Fabs and Snacky, an iconic duo, to say the least.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. That's pretty right.
Only, 2 FNCS wins just this chapter, followed by a 3rd place, all that, and the aggression from Tilted Towers. I can tell you right now, watch some of the Elite Cup games. They do not like to leave Tilted Towers without at least trying to find a fight. And I think that's going to play into the part, right? Some of the other players landing at Tilted Towers might not be expecting. Maybe they came into this like, we're going to split. No, I'm pretty sure they're going to be aggressive.
And we've already touched on a little bit with this duo earlier today, but they are, in fact, certified point getters. Because on top of that stat that I gave you guys earlier, we're out of 36 FNCS finals games for Chapter 3. They only went 2 without elims. Well, guess what else? They didn't go a single game in Chapter 3 FNCS finals without scoring points of any capacity throughout every single round. That is insane.
Just a stat line, right? I mean, this stage is going to, it's legitimately some of the best players from all representing 7 regions from all around the world. It's absolutely ridiculous. I wanted to really quickly touch, I know both of you guys have come from competitive player backgrounds. You know what this feels like to be on a stage like this, to be in front of a crowd like this. What are some of these players feeling right now?
Listen, some of them, they're looking locked in, right? They're looking like focused. They're not even thinking about the crowd. They don't even see the crowd beyond the monitors right now, which is really, really good for some of them. But I'm telling you, some of them are probably just really good at hiding the nerves, because being at these events, it's a different atmosphere. We talked about it time and time again. It is not the same as playing in your room at all. You will have all these lights. Maybe the desk is a little bit of a height difference. The chair is a little bit different than what you're used to, and it all plays into part, how well you're going to do. I remember as a player myself feeling a little bit uncomfortable on the stage, not because of the crowd, not because of the lights, but simply because of, slight changes in how I was used to sitting.
It's just not your home setup, and that's going to be naturally difficult for any player to overcome, no matter how much in-person or LAN experience they might actually have underneath their belt. But one thing that I always find a little bit fun, talking with some of the players, even yesterday and in the player lounge, it's asking them what are their kind of little tips and tricks. I want to know how many of them like taking their shoes off, for example, because it's just that it adds that extra little safety net of just, hey, I feel more like I'm at my in-home environment.
Yeah, 100%. And this is all I know it sounds like, take your shoes off. That's like a joke right now. This is legitimately, man. When a player is comfortable, they will perform better. It's proven. Why don't we hang out with, we got with Tokata, Mini Minor. Are you guys in the player area?
We are indeed, Zeke. Now, some of these players might have their shoes off, but we've got our thinking hats on about this day today at Takata. I mean, we've got 2 days of Fortnite action. I'm excited. We're going to be breaking everything down tomorrow and today, of course, but how excited are you?
Look, I'm incredibly excited, right? There's so many storylines that have yet to be built, right? We have Malibuca and Merstash going against European GOATs, Titans, right? Tayson and Chapix down in the cloudy condos, and even with the 3rd duo there, Aqua Reason, with a possible 3rd party. I'm excited to see that engagement. We even have Mr. Savage being contested up north, closer to Logjam, and then down at the Synapse Station, Joe and Ziandi, which are no longer contested because now Baka and On1 have moved up north to Mr. Savage and his duo's drop spot. I mean, there's a lot of action to unfold. Mini, I'm excited.
I'm super excited as well, but things can change, of course. We know how these drops are maybe going to form. We see some people moving around and changing up their idea of how they're going to play this. So be on the lookout for some changes. Be on the lookout for some of these players and teams that are thinking, actually, you know what, let's switch things up. Let's go for plan B, plan C, plan D, plan Z, maybe. Who knows?
That's what I love about Fortnite, right? Yeah. You never know what's actually going to happen, right? We might be able to see the drop map, see what these duos have planned ahead of time, but who knows? Maybe they have a not so great game 1, and then they have to change things up, or maybe even after halftime, right? 3 games down, you're like, okay, we're not doing too good. We got to change something up. But I'm excited to see who's going to be able to show that they've been practicing. They have been in the player lounge going against each other, even in creative, doing 1v1s, 2v2s. And I mean, there's so much to see. I really just can't wait.
So much to see, so much to do, and I can feel the energy in the arena right now. But Zeke, please take it away. We're too hyped.
Bro, I'm right there with you, man. I just cannot wait to see all of the action unfold before our very eyes. We're almost there. Just a couple little things before we start the battle bus on its journey.
Is that? Because they are landing.
It's a Cammy.
know,